So our character profile this week, of course, is Kal Nazir, a character that's come and gone in the time that we've been recording the podcast. There haven't been very many of those. I thought it was great because he's timed his death perfectly for our 4 weekly character profiles. But then Maddie goes and dies, and it's like, I don't know.
I know you've been.
What are we going to do now? We've got to wait 4 weeks to do Maddie, or do we do her sooner?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know whether we'll do Maddie next week or whatever. We'll just have to wait and see. But today is all about Kal Nazir, and it's very sad because he doesn't have a birthday on the show. Or Currypedia doesn't list a birthday or even a year of birth for him. So who knows how even old he is?
I would say, Alia's like 20, isn't she?
Mm.
So he's probably, I would say, 40.
40 something. Yeah. But a little bit too old for Leanne, I think.
How old is she then?
Well, she must be like 35-ish or 34, the same age as Nick.
Yeah.
Age is nothing on soaps. We know that his parents are Sharif and Yasmin Nazir. He was married to Jamila Nazir, and he has...
Jamila.
I know, they're together now. I assume. He's like, oh, what are you doing with that, Leanne? And her children are Alia and Zidane. His children.
Two delightful young
yes.
people.
He first appeared on the 8th of December 2013 and made his final appearance last week on the 28th of May 2015 after only 145 episodes.
But he left such an impact on my heart.
I do wonder whether he's like, are we going to completely forget about him? Like, give us 5 years or whatever. And we'll
I don't remember.
5 years since who died? Kal? Anyway, he's played by Jimi Mistry. So his casting was announced on July the 2nd, 2013, and it was quite a big name because he'd been in movies and things.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd been in anything I'd seen.
Yeah.
But he wasn't just like a nobody or ex-Bill actor or from another soap or anything. He's quite...
been in Casualty.
Yeah, he was quite a big signing for the show, I think. He'd been in East is East and The Guru. And I think he was the main star of The Guru, wasn't he, on the posters and everything. Yeah. And he was billed as a charming, roguish character.
Do you think they deliberately pick completely the opposite character traits to describe people?
He wasn't.
When they cast
I can see
them.
that he's kind of charming. He was a bit. I mean, he's a bit of a ladies' man, wasn't he? And all the girls fancied him and were charmed by him.
Though?
But yeah, I don't think he was roguish particularly. Stuart Blackburn at the time said, "Jimmy's character is going to have a swift impact on the lives of many in Weatherfield. There's always the danger that the audience will view new characters with suspicion, so we're going to work hard to link Kal to a number of our established regulars.
I like that.
We'll see him with people like Dev, Steve, and also Nick as his story moves on. Nobody else. What?
Nick?
Yeah, Nick. He was with...
Oh, yeah, he did.
He did all the exercise with him, didn't he?
Yeah.
I hope Kal will be a big character for us. That's certainly what we're aiming for.
I would love them to be like, this is just a mediocre character who's going to make absolutely no long-term impact on the
We needed
street.
somebody in the background, somebody else for Leanne to fall in love with and then have a heart broken by.
But too many people left, so we've got to get some more characters in. Otherwise, some of these layabouts going to have to do some actual work in Derbyshire.
I read it was quite funny that Jimmy, when he heard that he was going to be a personal trainer, he had to start getting fitter and going to the gym and everything to prepare his body.
Oh, yeah, 8 kilograms.
Yeah, he lost 8 kilograms through high-intensity training, so...
Yes.
That's really good. Yeah, well, you've probably heard that a little bit later down the line he was going to have to take his kit off. Do you remember when he was a stripper in the Rovers that one night? Jimi Mistry at the time said, "I think they were keen on bringing in a strong male character. He's got a good temperament, but there's definitely another side to the guy." Stuart wanted this question mark over Kal as to where he is from. For me, that's great, as it means I can be really free with a character.
What, so just not develop any personality or anything?
Well, they still didn't really develop as much of his background as they could have done. Because, like...
I know, there's so many big question marks. Like, why did he ever join the army? I'd like to know that.
Yeah, there was nothing...
Because there's nothing really in his personality that made me think soldier. Do you know what I mean?
And I don't think, and I might be wrong, that it was ever revealed what happened to Jamila, apart from she died.
She died.
I don't know if they've ever said what she died of or how long ago exactly she died or anything like that. And
I would love this to kick off a big mystery about the Nazirs where they all kind of, like, keep looking at each other like... Oh. Do you know what I mean?
Another one in our secret pact will be know what happened to Jamila is dead.
Yeah, exactly.
So there'll be only one left, and it'll take the secret to the grave.
Yeah.
If only something interesting like that would happen to the Nazirs. But it's.
Well, I think
Kal
was probably the dullest Nazir, to be frank. And I think they thought he was the main one.
He was the main one when he came in, but everyone else is a bit more interesting.
Even blimmin' Zidane.
We don't like Zidane at all, but at least we feel one way or another about him.
Yeah.
But Yeah, and I found this other quote as well, which is quite interesting, where he was asked right at the beginning about how long he was planning to stay on Coronation Street, and he said, "If the last month is anything to go by, I'd be happy here as long as everything's going in the right direction. I'll be here as long as it's working. That's the best way to look at it." So, is it not working for us anymore?
Do you think he was like, "I bloody hate this blimmin' Leanne. She's dragging me down"?
I don't know. I think maybe he felt like the character was a bit bland, possibly.
He was.
And after all that start he had last year, in the second half of the year, I don't think Kal really did very much, and maybe he's realised this isn't particularly going in the direction that I wanted it to. I want to get out of here. I don't know.
Get me out of there. Burn me alive. I don't care.
Well, we don't have very much to say for him for his his chronology, of course, as he's only been in it for a little while, but let's give it a go. So he was born into the Nazir's family at some point in the past, Muslim family, so he grew up as a Muslim. He grew up, married Jamila, they had 2 kids, and he served alongside Gary in the army, and presumably Quinny as well as that. So, it was 2012, I said Jamila dies, but yeah, we don't know what she died of. As far as I know, I don't think so, and I get all my information from Coreypedia because I can't be trusted to remember things myself. Yeah, I see. We don't know what she died of. Somebody tell me wrong, please. 2013, he just turned up like a bit before Christmas in 2013, so he was introduced to Dev because Dev was interested in improving his fitness.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, and then Gary was like, "Oh, I've got this personal trainer friend from the army, it's Kal." So that's how he was brought into the show, and all the women started fancying him. So 2004 was Kal's kind of big. 2014, sorry, was Kal's big year. They started off the year with him and Dev having all these personal training sessions in the park. Was it? Because he had personal training sessions with Nick as well, didn't he? Who was he like? Do you remember he was getting some of them to run with a tyre tied around his waist or something? That was Nick, was it?
Yeah, it was to kind of help him with his
brain injury, his rehabilitation.
It was trying to get some of the anger out as well, wasn't it? It was
that's right.
It wasn't just a physical thing. He was trying to sort of give him a bit of counselling as well.
Yeah, you're right. I thought that when when Kal came in and with Dev, it was quite a comedy partnership, wasn't it? Because Dev's not a serious character particularly, and Sharif, why do I keep calling him Sharif? Kal was just a bit of a schmoozer and had these funny comedy eyebrows and everything, didn't he?
Yeah, he used to be alright.
And I thought, this is going to be quite funny. I like the banter between.
We were saying, it's good.
Dev.
It's about time Dev had somebody new to knock about with. I'm sure we said that.
I think you're right, but then he didn't really stay with Dev for that long, did he? Sharif, the actual Sharif, came in after a little while, and because they planned to open this gym together, and
there was a massive load of conflict between him and Kal.
Yeah, because Sharif wanted
taking over.
Yeah, Sharif wanted one thing, and Kal and Dev wanted other things. So yeah, they were putting this gym together, and then as I alluded to earlier, later in the year, he stripped off in the bistro because a stripper for a hen party pulled out, and then he had these training sessions with Nick, and when Nick and Leanne's marriage broke down, she and Kal started an affair because I think Stella was the first one to fancy Kal. Do you remember? She was looking for this younger guy, and then it was actually then Stella's daughter Leanne who ends up going out with him and having this affair.
Right, yeah. Leanne decided to call it off because Nick wanted to get back together with her. And then Kal lets it slip to him that he and Leanne were together when they found Hina's body, and then Leanne decides to split up with him, but then she changes her mind.
Yes.
And then Nick gets really mad, and he was still mad Nick at this point, I think.
Yeah, he's crazy Nick.
And he tells the Nazirs...
He gets ripped, doesn't he?
Yeah, he tells them all about her sordid, secret past.
Unsavouriness with prostitution and drugs and everything.
And he also...
Kal gets mad and he overworks Nick at the gym. So he gets wound up and punched Steve. That was quite funny when that happened.
Yeah.
So then Leanne kind of had to work hard for the acceptance of Yasmin and Sharif and everything, and of course Zidane, which she never kind of truly got.
She only did at the end when it was too late, really.
Yeah, well, Zidane, he was talked about for a good few months, wasn't he, before he turned up?
Yeah.
Like saying he's always on his phone and everything. I've never seen him playing on his phone at all. But he showed up and he's very unimpressed with Kal's new girlfriend. So in December last year, Kal discovered that Gary was going out with his daughter Alia, and he ended their friendship. And he even punched Gary when he was found alone in number 6 with Alia.
Oh yeah.
What was happening? Did he have to was it like, oh, I've spilt something on my shirt, I've got to change my shirt? Was it one of those kind of misunderstandings?
And they thought,
Yeah, so he did not like the idea. He's very kind of very overprotective father, isn't he?
Uh-huh.
And yeah, he's not really done much this year, leading up until these last few weeks, has he? Because he proposed to Leanne. Things are obviously going well behind the scenes that we haven't seen. Goes up, gets burnt, dies, and that's the end of Kal.
The 2015 storylines is that sentence: proposed to Leanne and dies in the fire. Happened on one night.
There may have been other things that I'm
June.
forgetting here, but I don't think that Cal's really done anything. They had the silly stuff with the chickens, wasn't he? Because he was all getting involved with. Yeah, no, he wasn't hiding.
Yeah,
he was planting eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eggplant.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, so that's
it was around about that time, I suppose, when I was really thinking, gosh, there really is nothing interesting about Kal, and he's not doing the Nazirs any favours.
Kill him.
Get rid of him, really, and then it was announced that he was going to leave. So
yeah.
That is all that has happened to Kal, really.
March the 17th, it was announced that he was going to leave, and he said, when I was told about this storyline, I felt it was a brilliant way to say goodbye to Kal, and I'm really looking forward to filming my departure scenes. I have had a fantastic 18 months on Coronation Street, but I never saw myself staying around forever. My life is in London, and I enjoy playing a variety of roles.
I think because he's got like the past in film and everything, he's kind of got already like a heads up for other roles. It's not like he's not going to fade into obscurity, I don't think.
I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, let's be frank here. There are very few Asian male actors in sort of his calibre working.
Calibre.
No, we never use that.
Too late
so
now.
he's got to snap those roles up.
Yeah, I think he'll do fine, to be honest. Stuart Blackburn has said Kal's departure will be a big part of the fantastic spring and summer of drama on Coronation Street. We discussed the plot idea with Jimmy and all feel it's a great storyline which will have huge ramifications for the Nazirs and Leanne going forward. Jimmy is a talented actor and an asset to the show, and we will be sorry to see him go, but this is a fantastic exit storyline. There are many twists and turns for the character in the coming months. That's what he said a few months ago, and no, there weren't particularly, were there?
Twist is he died.
That was a twist, a bit. I mean, we knew it was coming because we knew that Jimmy was leaving, but it was for a character as kind of bland and like forgettable as Kal, he did have quite a good exit, didn't
I know, I always think that the least they can do, if they're going to give him sort of a rubbish go on the street, the least they could do is send him out with a bang.
Well, it's a bit different than just going in the back of the taxi that most characters get, isn't it? So I think if it wasn't for that death, he kind of would be forgotten in history. But because of it, Tory caught fire, be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh yeah.
Like we all remember who died in the Rovers fire. Thinking, Sunita, and what was Tony?
Yeah.
Tony. Paul's fireman woman.
The other Tony.
Yeah, Tony with an I. So that's it for Kal. Is he going to leave any legacy? I suppose the gym is his legacy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, because the gym is there.
What's the gym called?
Victoria Court Fitness.
I wonder if...
Maybe it'll be called Kal Aesthetics now, with name renamed after him.
I would put, if I was Zidane, I would put a plaque or something in there.
Yeah, he'll probably get one.
Can you imagine if they named it after Kal, and then you'd have these two characters who've got these buildings named after them, one of which was never ever in the show.
I know, they've kind of taken over that little corner of the street, haven't they? The Nazirs. It's like, get your feet under the table there.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got Jamila House. I wonder whether cool. I think rather than naming the gym, Yasmin may change the name of the community centre to reflect Kal.
It's a stupid bloody name.
Jamila House. Jamila is, yeah, that sounds better than Jamila and Kal House, though, doesn't it?
What would you call it if you had to name it after Jamila and Kal?
I don't know. Jamila Kal.
No,
I don't know.
Like Jamiroquai, you mean?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, it was a bit of a wasted character, I thought.
There was a lot that they could have done with him, but didn't.
The only thing that showed that really I felt left an impression on me is just this big blank hole. I really don't think they know what his personality was supposed to be.
No.
What is his personality?
Overprotective father is one element to it.
Is that a personality trait though, or is that just? Do you know what I mean? It's like what would you say he was like? If you had to describe him someone, you would be like, I don't know. He's
just a nice-ish guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's nice. He's not. He doesn't get.
Bit cheesy.
Oh.
He started off a bit cheesy, but then we kind of lost that, didn't he?
Cheesy.
Yeah, and so, Leanne's a bit of a kiss of death, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll never give up on Leanne. I do feel that she has it in her to have a really good storyline, because I think Jane Danson is a really good actress, but they just need to get her away from kind of Nick and everyone and Carla and give her something completely new.
I wonder whether she might convert to Islam.
No.
I would think it would be an interesting
It would be very
storyline.
interesting.
I'm not saying that it logically makes sense at all, but when's that ever stopped them? I just think it would be fascinating if she kind of felt that she was so bereft and she wanted to be closer to Kal, and this seems like a very logical way of doing it, and it would make sense if they had come away and she had said something like, I really felt in the mosque, I really felt something, that it moved me beyond what I was expecting, and I want to look more into your religion.
Well, the fact that she's been welcomed into the Nazir family. I mean, she's going to be going around there for tea and everything, and I suppose she knows already quite a lot about their culture through having been going out with Kel for the last 6 months. So it could happen, I suppose.
Why not? It would be a different storyline. We've not had that before.
No. But it could also run the risk of being a bit controversial as well. Maybe that's
good.
But
why, though, really?
Oh.
Why would that be controversial? People are just stupid, aren't they?
Yeah, but some people would think it would be, wouldn't it?
It would only really be controversial if she became a Muslim and then something happened in a dramatic fashion to kind of change her mind or put her off it or something. Do you know what I mean? They'd have to just keep her Muslim forever.
Yeah, exactly. If she's going to convert, she has to stay.
Or just not mention it for 2 years and then pretend it never happened.
Yeah, so for you. So, and any final words on Kal?
No.
Sorry, Kal. But at least you left us Yasmin, so thanks for that.
Yeah, thanks.